Hi, I'm Bhavini from Invisible Private Limited. Today we are here at the 90th Annual General Meeting of the Import Section of Ceylon Chamber of Commerce. It's a great opportunity for the industry professionals to connect, share insights and to explore the future of imports in Sri Lanka. And we should mention that there's another special milestone of this program, and that's they are going to appoint a new chairman for the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce Import Section. We are proud to be a part of this milestone, and we are looking forward to have some valuable discussions with the newly appointed chairman as well as the past immediate chairman of Import Section of Ceylon Chamber of Commerce. We have Mr. Tulika Mendes, the immediate past chairman of Ceylon Chamber of Commerce and also the director commercial at Singer Sri Lanka PLC. So good evening, Mr. Tulika. At first, I would like to ask, what were your key priorities during your period as president in Ceylon Chamber of Commerce?
Key priorities in the sense like that we are all involved in supply chain activities. In this scenario, that disruption or anything could happen at any given time. As such thing happens, or where programs which we have been doing to further streamline the supply chain activities and be better positioned as a country to serve importers as well as nation as a whole. Our key priority is that make sure that you work with statutory bodies and policy makers, and make sure that all those statutory bodies and policy makers, wherever that it's required, that the ground feeling of the importers, or when you say importers, that you have primary importers, we have like raw material importers, right, intermediary goods, things like that. There would be different sets of challenges that would occur, or we can improve the present scenarios which we currently going through. So the most important thing is that the concerning areas is that when a thing like that or a disruption take place, that act swiftly, reach the correct people and authorities and act swiftly and find solutions where that continuous supply chain activities should to take place without much of a disruption. Of course, that disruptions could take place, but without much of a harm, and make sure that it will not occur again. So that is one of the key priorities, and also that advocating the industry specialists or statutory bodies that how best that we could further improve the current scenarios.
What do you consider your most significant achievement while you were leading Ceylon Chamber of Commerce?
Let me put it in this way, that as I mentioned earlier, like the key achievement in this scenario, a disruption could take place immediate at any given moment, right? We are living in an environment as such. It could be geopolitical or in the country itself that could take place on certain areas. Certain things could take place. Like the key achievement, what I see here is that the import section, and personally, that what I see here is that when such a thing happened, like how swiftly that we could reach the authorities and meet them, take our discussions forward, and finding immediate solutions. So the key achievement, I would say that me as well as the import section, that our ability to meet authorities and key decision makers swiftly, and then we could make decisions and we could achieve certain things.
At last, I would like to ask, what were the major challenges you faced while you were the president?
Major challenges, it's again that it's like the disruptions, right? The disruptions took place initially, geopolitical scenarios, as well as then the repercussions from those things, and also internally in Sri Lanka as well, there are certain disruptions took place. So these things were discussed very much during the past, and I want to repeat it again. So those are the things that the disruption took place in the country as well as geopolitical scenarios. Only that I could say that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tulika.
Thank you very much.
Now we have Mr. Ushan De Silva, the newly appointed chairman of the import section of Ceylon Chamber of Commerce. Good evening, Mr. Ushan.
Good evening.
And also I have to mention that he is the group head of logistics at Brandix Apparel Private Limited. So Mr. Ushan, I would like to ask, Your history is from FMCG sector to apparel sector. These industries are quite larger in supply chain industry, but there are smaller industries which really needs help from regulatory sector. So how do you hope to help them?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, as the import section of Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, our objective is to act as the voice of the importers. So it doesn't mean that we'll be focusing only on the larger companies, but we will be trying to cater all the sectors, especially the small and medium scale entrepreneurs or the companies, because they are in need of support, especially during these times where the supply chains are getting disrupted. The policy advocacy is most critical matter. So in that sense, we are hoping to engage with all the policymakers, the regulatory bodies, including customs, import and export control department, and all the other regulatory bodies to support all these SME companies so that they can be provided a support from the import section to overcome these current challenges.
Next, Mr. Ushan, I would like to ask, there are more than 120 members in this council. So I would like to know, how do you hope to improve the networking among these members in the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce?
Yeah, in the management committee, we have about 21 companies representing. But as you mentioned, we have about nearly close to 120 member companies. So how we are going to engage with them is through continuous programs, engagement sessions, and then maybe awareness sessions in order to communicate the important regulatory changes happening in the country, and as well as to focus on whatever the things that we do, we will keep them also involved and we will keep them also informed through maybe roundtable discussions and through awareness sessions, and also regularly engaging with these companies. So that's how maybe through digital platforms, because we have a lot of ways to communicate these days. So I think we will use all these available options to have a continuous dialogue with all these companies to ensure that whatever we do or whatever the policy advocacy practices that we do is being communicated, and then they also will get a value addition to their businesses.
Mm-hmm. So at last, I would like to ask, there are many importers who are not aware of the assistance that they can get from the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce. So how do you expect to improve the awareness among these importers?
Yeah, so when you say awareness, I think especially in terms of imports, there are a lot of regulatory aspects, because not knowing the law is not an excuse. So as an importer, you should be aware of the country regulations, the customs regulations, and also the other prerequisites that they should meet when they are importing something to the country, whether it's a raw material or whether it's a finished product, or whether it's a end consumer product. These regulatory requirement has to be met. So in that case, awareness, we as the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, we are consisting of many large companies, and the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce is the voice of the private sector in Sri Lanka, because we try to engage with the government bodies and to address whatever the issues which are being faced by the importers. So I think our major objective is to provide that support throughout tenure, so that these companies can use the professionals who are within our network, in terms of conducting knowledge sharing sessions, and in terms of regular communications, and through engagements, we will call them also to participate whenever there's sessions that are being conducted by Ceylon Chamber of Commerce. So that way I think we can support all these SMEs and to address their issues.